Hey everybody, welcome to day 3 of the Portland Golf Show here at the Portland Expo Center. I'm Jeff Tracy. This is a special edition of Grilling at the Green. We've got some great guests lined up for you for the last day of the show. First, we want to thank our friends at Weston Kia over in Gresham, Oregon. They do things the Weston way. Check them out online at westonkia.com or head on over to the dealership and take a test drive at a brand new Kia. And also John Breaker and the crew at Birdie Ball. Elevate your game with Birdie Ball's cutting-edge training aid technology there. Practice like the pros, or you can practice like you do at home, right there in the backyard or in the field or wherever you've got room. They fly about 40 yards. They're great to practice with, and I actually have a bunch of them in my backyard. So go to birdieball.com and check out their putting green, portable putting greens also. The folks at Snell Golf, performance you can count on and savings you can bank on. Dean Snell was part of the R&D team that developed the Pro V1. He also worked for TaylorMade, engineer type guy. Dean's a great guy, and he has done with Snell balls is direct from the manufacturer to the consumer. So go to snellballs.com and check them out. And lastly, here we'll get to some more of the sponsors in a minute. But Carswell Golf, home of the Reimer, get your best stance and ball position and all that if you actually ever hit one. I'm sorry that Dick's talking pretty loud in the background there, but we'll get to it. You can change your scores with the Reimer. You'll make more short putts, and you have fewer 3-putts, and you will get up and down more often. Go to CarsleyGolf.com. Oh, my first guest today is Travis Schoen from Northwest Golf Guys.
How you doing?
I'm good, Trav. How are you?
I'm pretty awesome. Thank you.
You have a good show?
Yeah, it was great. It was fun.
Tell people don't know. Tell them about what Northwest Golf Guys is.
So Northwest Golf Guys is our Oregon and Washington group of it's a club. So it's a membership club first. We have a membership opportunity through the Oregon Golf Association or through WA Golf if you're in Seattle. And then we also have a couple other clubs. We have NorCal Golf Guys in the Bay Area. We have SoCal Golf Guys in the Los Angeles area. And we just launched this year Southwest Golf Guys in Phoenix.
Wow. You've been busy since the first time I met you years ago.
Yeah, we have fun. We have a lot of fun.
So if somebody joins Northwest Golf Guys, what can they look forward to?
Well, we partner with courses throughout the area. So first things first, most people start with a membership. So you get a GIN handicap through your golf association in whatever area you're in, and then we generally partner with courses throughout each area. So like the Seattle membership benefits are different than the Portland ones, or different than the Phoenix ones. But we partner with courses to give you a one-time use 2-for-1 certificate to a few courses in the area that you are in, and then we run tournaments throughout each area. So we generally have a 10 to 12 tournament schedule in each spot where we play courses on Saturdays and Sundays. Typically, we run stroke play tournaments, best ball tournaments. We do stuff at private clubs throughout different areas, and then we travel as well. So this year we have 80 players going to Bandon in 2 weeks. We do Pebble. We do a big one in Bend. We do St. George, Utah. We do one of our cool ones. We partnered with the Amex in January, and our players got to play the stadium course at PGA West the day after the tour. So the Sunday pins were still there. All the tee boxes that the tour played the day before were there. It was really neat.
And the beer cans?
Possibly, yeah. Amex, yeah. I mean, no, they did a pretty good job cleaning it up. So I'll say
they do.
It's not the they don't have the stadium there actually on 17 is unbelievable. It's really, really cool.
It is beautiful there. Hold on a second. Let me start that. I used to work down there, and I actually watched them kind of build that thing over the years, and that's a fantastic course. But locally here, you kind of offer something for every level of golfers to a degree.
Yeah.
Not the absolute first time outer, potentially, yeah. But also in your tournaments, like I've got a friend, and you know him, Steve DePaula. He played last year. He was always playing against somebody that had a lower handicap than him. And he wasn't sure how that was going to work out for him personally.
Yeah.
But he came out on top, I think, or second in that
I think
flight.
so, yeah. So we do a match play that runs throughout each region too. So Portland's our biggest one. It was 128 players, and then we bracket them and it's a blind draw, so you don't know who you're going to go up against. We specifically just do a blind draw as opposed to bunching each other up in handicaps, because at some point they all have to play each other anyways.
Right.
And so he did really well. I mean, the match play is fun too, because it runs through from March to October. And it's a really great way for players to play with somebody they don't outside of the group that they normally
comfort
exactly.
level.
There you go.
Yeah. That's kind of cool. But I know that you do give players, when you sign up, like I get my stuff through you, and you give them those cards, coupons, whatever you want to call them, 2 for 1, that type of thing. That's a really good deal too. I mean, you come to a golf show and when you walk in the door, they're handing you free rounds and stuff. And there's nothing wrong with those courses, but they're a little off the beaten path, most of them.
Yeah.
But the ones you do, like here locally, pretty much are in the valley, if you will, like that.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you can't get those deals.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a very long time. So we have great relationships with some of the best courses in the area. And we've been able to, even in the boom, maintain those relationships and keep some of the courses that we've been doing this for a very long time happy through tournament play. And you know, the events are big.
Right.
They're 240 to 250 player days sometimes. And so, you know, usually we like that helps keep the courses happy, and so that they want to work with us too.
You can't possibly do this all by yourself.
No, we have 3 of us that generally do this, like most of the stuff full time. I have a very supportive wife at home.
That's important.
Yeah,
very important.
So she does a lot of the back stuff, but the 3 of us that generally do most of the tournaments. And then we have a group of friends who help us as well. So we have a great friend in Phoenix who does a lot of the stuff there for us. We have a great friend in the Bay Area that does a lot of stuff for us, and then some of the other places too. So no, it's not just me. Hunter is on PGA. He's PGA. We have a teaching pro on staff, Zach, myself. We do most of the day to day, but here in Portland, so based in Portland.
Yeah. Did you ever think when you started that this is where you were going to end up?
I mean, sure, but I'm also
the eternal optimist.
There you go.
That. Yeah.
No, it did not.
Yeah.
It started as something that was fun. I kind of initially realized I liked doing it. Portland was an absolute accident. The very first club was an accident that worked. The rest of them have been on purpose, and they've been. It's organic. We believe very strongly in organic growth, because organic growth lasts a lot longer than intentional growth.
Right.
And so we've been lucky that the players that play with us want to bring their friends. And it doesn't work otherwise.
But you're doing this full time now.
Yeah. This is my job.
That's pretty cool to be able to do that, Trav, and develop that to where it's obviously rewarding the work you're doing, but also the financial aspect of it. You can't just quit your job and say, honey, I'm going to go get a bunch of guys and go play golf. That doesn't go over too well.
As supportive as she is, sometimes when I tell her that going to Pebble Beach is work, she laughs at me. So yes, it is a very fun job, but it is my job at the end of the day.
So if somebody wants to join Northwest Golf Guys, you've got a website and all that. We'll get to that.
Yep.
But what if they're a little bit intimidated just by the fact of what we said a couple minutes ago? You're playing outside the group that you normally play in. It's outside your comfort zone if you're going to play in a tournament.
Not always. No. So we actually, that's one thing that I think sets us apart, is when we do run tournaments, you can pick who you play with. So if you have a friend playing in the tournament, you can request to play with that friend, and we'll do it. Out as far as we can. If you have 6 friends, we can't necessarily just send you out in a group of 6, but we make it we try to make it something for everybody. All the tournaments are flighted, so people are competing against players. Even though there's 240 players, you're not competing against all 240. You're competing against players of your own skill level. They're all net and gross, so there's net and gross payouts and everything. So if you're a grinder that wants to win gross, you can do that. And if you want to have a couple beers with your buddies and trip into some net prize money, you can do that too. So We try to be a little bit like we have +5s that play with us, and we have 30 handicaps that play with us.
Right.
And because of the flighted part of it and the net and gross, like we're able to accommodate generally every skill level. Yeah,
that's good.
Mm-hmm.
How's your game doing?
I don't play golf. I don't play. Let me take it back. I don't play casual golf very often, but I do get to play pretty great golf courses. So I am statistically an above average player compared to everybody I know. I'm a below average player. I'm a 12 handicap, so
Okay.
I'm fine.
Yeah,
I'm fine. I'm not great. I'm fine.
well, you're having fun though. Too.
I do have fun. Yes.
Yeah, I can't imagine having a bad time at Pebble, even if the weather's terrible.
So we go in July. We've been lucky that we've caught it. I mean, you never know.
Right.
But
Well,
we've been
right
lucky
there
to
on
catch.
the ocean.
We've been lucky to catch great weather every time we go. Knock on something. But yeah, I mean, the one complaint people have, obviously, pace of play is a big focal point of golf right now. It is not the fastest round you're ever going to play, and I honestly don't care.
Yeah.
Everybody's taking photos. Everybody's soaking in Pebble Beach. It's hard. The one thing that people say, well, it's not very fast. Who cares?
Yeah.
At Pebble Beach, who cares?
Well, and I think too, we've talked about this on the regular show a lot. They talk about pace of play.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. But then on the other hand, they say we got to grow the game, right?
Yeah. Well,
And
Pebble's smart about it too, because they give you the pace number in like sections.
Yeah.
So as opposed to just a catch-all, this is how long it should take. They kind of give you a heads up and say, if you start at this time, it should take you this long. If you start at this time, and it progresses. So they are well aware of the allure, and some people spend their whole lives waiting for that one round.
Yeah.
They're going to enjoy it, and they do it. They're very smart about it. Pebble is there are two things as a Chicago Cubs fan. There are two places on the planet that I had unrealistic expectations, and they were blown out of the water, and it was Wrigley Field and Pebble Beach. You'll feel everything there. It's an amazing place.
I'm with you on the Cubbies. I am with you on the Cubbies. I love the Cubbies.
Yeah.
They're the ones that you can say,
yeah.
Is it a golden season? No, probably not.
Yeah.
Anyway, like that. But no, back to the pace of play thing. Where I was going with that is we talk about growing the game. And so somebody gets off the range and off the practice field, so to speak, and now they're out there playing. And if it's their first, 25 rounds or so, they're not going to clip it along like everybody else.
Sure. Yeah.
And then you get people complaining about that. So which one is it?
I have different opinions on different situations there. So, you take there are players out there that scream, we need to grow the game, we need to grow the game. And the minute that an 8-year-old's in front of them learning how to play, and it takes them an extra 15 minutes on an 80-degree day
right
to play golf, and they scream about it, like I don't really have a lot of patience for that.
Right.
There are the player who could care less about the players behind them. That's a different story. So I think there's far more nuance to pace of play than I need to play in less than 4 hours. So I think it just depends. Obviously we all want to play fast.
Well, sure.
But again, if an 8-year-old's in front of you and costs you 15 minutes of your life on a golf course.
Yeah. Maybe you can spend that 50 minutes, yakking with your buddies or taking an extra practice swing behind the cart or something like that. Yeah. I've always found that to be odd that we say we want to grow the game. We want more people to do it. And we're doing a good job of that.
Right now, especially. Yeah.
Yeah. But then they say, hurry up, hurry up.
Yeah.
Well, you're not giving them an enjoyable experience.
Yeah. It's different in every, again, there's different.
Right.
I think that there's far more nuance to it than the internet will lead you to believe. It's in some cases.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good. Where do you see Northwest Golf Guys and your NorCal and all the chapters you've got now? And I know you're probably, expanding. Where do you see it in 5 years? Hopefully.
A lot of that's a great question. We've a lot of our opportunities are in these newer places. So we just want to continue growing. We want to be a vessel or a vehicle for people to enjoy the game in a different way. I love competition. Most of our players who play with us love competition as well. And 5 years from now, we just hope to continue to be a vehicle for players to do that.
Well, it's a big job, but there's because for years, Trav, it was just PGA, the tours, et cetera,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have the state amateurs
Yeah.
associations. Like we got Monica coming up in a minute. I know you work with OGA
Mhm.
and you're on the board and stuff
Yep.
like that. But there's now we're seeing, I think, the advent of these organizations like yours
Yeah.
to give people a place to play
Yeah.
with a group of people that yet, maybe 6 months ago they weren't even aware of.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Did you get some new signups here?
Yeah. We're always hoping to again be a vehicle for players, and so that's kind of the goal of the golf show is
Yeah.
is a lot of players have come here to sign up with us at this point. So
Right.
so a lot of the signups are players we've known really well, but yes, we absolutely got some new blood this
That's
weekend.
good.
Yep.
That's good. It's the Oregon Golf Guys, folks. Northwest Golf Guys.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Yep.
Oregon chapter,
Yeah.
Portland chapter. There's a lot of chapters now.
Portland,
like
Bend, Seattle, and Northwest.
Yeah. And how many? Tell them again. How many tournaments? How many events you put on a year?
We ended up doing about 90 this year. So,
Wow.
And one cool thing is if you're a member of one, you're a member of them all. So if you are a member in Portland and you happen to be in Phoenix on vacation and we have something going on, feel free to play. Yesterday at Papago, we had a bunch of players who live in Phoenix, who live here in the summer and live in Phoenix in the winter that played with us yesterday. So if you're a member of one, you're a member of them all. But we did about 90 events last year.
And where can they find out all the info?
NorthwestGolfGuys.com, NWGolfGuys.com. That will give you all the local stuff here. There's NorCalGolfGuys.com, SoCalGolfGuys.com, and SouthwestGolfGuys.com.
You have an actual office too?
Yeah, in Northwest Portland.
Yeah. And you've got stuff there. You got swag and stuff there too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah.
Man, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of
we
you.
have the best time.
I think you came downtown when I first started the show 6, 7, 8 years ago, whatever it was. Now I don't remember. But I remember you were just kind of getting everything off the ground and really putting the leaning into it, as they say.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, a lot of our big expansions. We started this in 2009, so this is actually the beginning of year 17 for us in Portland.
Good.
But all the big, some of the newer places we go, that started about that time frame. So, so we've been pedaled down since then.
Your kids play? Yeah, I've got to tell everybody. Travis has got to go sell Girl Scout cookies here.
That's what I'm doing in the next in about an hour from now. Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah,
That's tougher than golf, man.
Yeah, sure will.
Anyway, Trav, thank you for being with us. I appreciate it, buddy.
It, yes, thank you.
And we'll talk soon.
Can't wait.
It'll be good.
All right.
Travis Schoen, everybody from Northwest Golf Guys here in Portland. He's been a great guy to work with. It's a tremendous organization, and it's really grown. So I want to tell you a couple more of our sponsors here. Birdie Wrap. If you notice something on my finger here, I'll do it that way. Come on in, Monica. Birdie Wrap, and this is like you see K-tape on the different athletes and stuff on television. This is for golfers. This is for your finger. If you get little sore spots like I do on my offhand, go to birdierwrap.com, and they've got some great products there. Hi, Monica.
Hi, Jeff.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm going to make sure I get your name right here. Monica Vaughn Fisher.
Yes.
I was swapping them out there for a while.
That's okay.
Monica works with the Oregon Golf Association, and your corporate development, sponsor development, support development, you do all kinds of things, more than just your title. Tell us about your job.
So yeah, you're right. I'm touching a little bit in everything kind of in the fundraising world. So I do a little bit of business development. I run some events, some fundraisers for our junior golf programs, work with major gift fundraising, smaller gift fundraising. And now I'm dipping my toes a little bit into sponsorship this year as well. So I do a little bit of everything, but I really focus on our junior golf programs.
Now, you're a pretty good golfer yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that smile. I love that smile. Tell us about your I know your exploits, but I want you to tell our listeners.
Sure. Well, I think one of the coolest things now that for me working for the Oregon Golf Association is that I kind of am a product of Oregon Junior Golf. I played in OGA events my whole life growing up. And so I'm from a little town on the coast called Reedsport. And I just took up golf at a young age. My older sisters played golf. My dad was a really avid golfer. And I had a real talent and a passion for it. And so I actually ended up playing golf in college at Arizona State University.
Go Sun Devils.
Go Devils. And I won the individual national title and the team national title in 2017. So we were Division I champions. It was really, really cool. So I had a pretty stellar golf career from the time I was young through college. Dabbled in a little bit of coaching as well. I was the assistant women's golf coach for the University of Oregon before I joined the OGA.
Did you ever try thinking about going to the tour?
So I did very briefly for about a month, right after I graduated from school. I graduated in 2017, and I was signed up and ready to go play at Q School. And I just didn't have it in me anymore. I was a little burnt out and ready to kind of try something different. So yeah, for just a short little stint there, I did.
Well, you got a family now too. So
I do.
You got some little ones and you got a husband and all that. And that sometimes that doesn't mesh well.
Yeah. Yep. So, I mean, really kind of everything in my life I owe to golf. I met my husband on the golf course. He was working for the University of Oregon when I was. And so it's just kind of funny how things kind of work. But yeah, obviously, if it weren't for him and kind of our partnership, then I wouldn't have my son. So everything in my life really is due to golf.
Well, let's go back to OGA now. When you're in the let's just say the business development end of that. That can be either exceedingly rewarding or it can be exceedingly frustrating. I talk from personal experience.
Sure.
On that, okay. But what does somebody like you do on a day-to-day and just keep it in the development aspect of it when you're talking with potential sponsors or supporters of OGA? What can they expect to derive from a supporting sponsorship?
Yeah, so I think in my day-to-day, so much of what I do is just connecting and networking with people and using my existing network to help me, meet new people and form new connections. And then, one of the biggest things that we fundraise and we support with Oregon Junior Golf is affordable access to golf. So one of our big flagship programs, Youth on Course, we give golf to kids for $5 or less all across the state of Oregon. And so I think that's such a cool thing, especially having grown up playing Oregon Junior Golf, to be able to kind of sell that to these people that I know and love and that are connected back to our program is like, hey, this is such a great way for kids to get involved in golf without the burden of the cost. And then from there, hopefully we can grow our junior membership and we can expand the programs that we offer. There's so much opportunity. And so it really just comes down right now to the donors and the supporters and the partners that we have to kind of help us flourish.
Well, that's also, I wanted to throw out there the Erlen Jacobson initiative program, whatever you want to call it. Last year, what was it, 100,000 rounds or something? It was a lot. David was telling me at the deal that Peter and Roger Maltby did.
Yeah. So, the Erling Jacobson tour and really the Jacobson Youth Initiative was started by David Jacobson in honor of his father. And so under that umbrella, we have Youth on Course, which is our affordable access program. And last year we had 11,000 rounds, but this year in 2023. In 2024, we had over 18,000 rounds played by kids, but that equated to around $140,000 that we gave back in subsidies to the golf course. So that program would not have been possible had David not had the vision for it. So he has been a true advocate for youth golf forever. And we're really, really lucky to have David and the Jacobson family in our pocket.
I knew there was 100,000 in there somewhere.
Yeah. It's the dollars that we've subsidized back to the golf courses. Yeah, and that's all donor funded. So that's a big part of what I do is kind of bridging the gap between the donors and the youth programs and understanding why we do what we do. But that program is entirely donor funded.
Well, you can't beat $5 a round.
Yeah.
No, that's
Can't
good.
beat that anywhere.
And okay, so let's step up to the corporate thing. I mean, OGA is an amateur association, but you still need corporate support. You got to put on tournaments, and entry fees don't always cover the cost of tournaments. Like that.
So this is actually something that is kind of newer to us, and honestly, that we haven't really started doing or dipped our toes into until honestly, really this year. We have a few really great sponsors and supporters of ours. Jones Golf does tons for us. So does Seamus Golf. So we have kind of some existing relationships and partnerships, but we don't really have a lot of set in stone corporate sponsorships right now. And that's something that I'm learning a lot about as I go through this and trying to figure out who is going to be a good match for both our adult tour and our junior tour, and so there's tons of opportunity there that we just haven't quite kind of come around to yet, but that we're starting to.
How many, and you might not know this because I know that it's kind of, this is the time of year where they are putting things together, started months ago, but how many tournaments does the OGA actually work with and sanction?
I should know this answer. So I think our tournament, I think a better way to put this would be our director of championships and events, that team for the OGA, they're gone. I think they're gone traveling to tournaments over 200 days of the year. I think it's something even closer to 300 days of the year, maybe, excuse me, that they are traveling and running events. So we have 1-day events, we have 2-day events, we have, I think 5 or 6 like core championship events for our junior and adult tours, but a lot of lower level kind of like simple 1-day events as well. So, I mean, they're gone a lot.
And you guys work with like the USGA?
Yeah. So we run USGA qualifiers. So we run those all over the state. And yes, we do run those in partnership with the USGA. And then we have our own events that we run. We also help support the OSAA when they run their state championships, and we offer their volunteers and rules officials for that. So yeah, we work a lot with those.
And the Hogan Cup, I've helped Steve take pictures at the Hogan Cup a few times.
Yeah, Hogan Cup's a great event. We've run that for I don't even know how long, but that's always a super great event and draws a lot of top golfers in the Western United States to that.
I can always tell because I don't live far from the OGA course, and so when I cut through to go to the grocery store, which I always do, I don't go the road right in front of my house. I cut around the back way and go through the course, and I can always tell when there's something going on over there. Yeah, it's really good. So, are you playing at all anymore?
I am playing a little bit. It's a little bit tough working full time and being mom to an almost 18-month-old little boy, but I try to fit in some golf where I can. I have a few tournaments on the books this summer already, but I don't know. Try to when I can.
There you go. Well, and you're going to be, by the way, the TV version of this show, Monica's we're filming that on the 17th. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right at OGA.
Yeah, March 17th.
March 17th. Mm-hmm. So they'll be able to see that in a couple of weeks afterwards because we're going to edit it quick and do that. Monica Von Fisher, thank you.
Thanks so much.
And it's always a pleasure to see you.
Yeah. You. Thanks,
And
Jeff.
By the way, how can they get a hold of you or if there's somebody's interested in supporting OGA?
Sure. So I'm just going to reach across you really quick here.
That's okay.
Shameless plug. We do have this OGA sponsored license plate. So it is our license plate initiative that supports our junior golf programs. We do have to sell 3,000 prepaid vouchers. We have about 400 vouchers left to go. So we are getting so close. That is one of our biggest perpetual fundraisers that will continue to fund junior golf for hopefully eternity. But the best way that you can contact me is at my email, mvaughn, VAUGHN at OGA.org, or give the OGA a call and you can get directed to my junior golf line. But my information is on the website at OGA.org.
Cool. Thank you very much,
okay.
Monica. It's great to see you.
Jeff.
All
Thanks
right.
so much for having me.
We'll see you soon, okay? All right. Monica Von Fisher, everybody from the OGA. I always love talking to fresh faces and things that, they're working on all the time. Well, we've got another guest coming in here. Hello. Here, scoot right up to the mic there. If you would. Okay.
How about this?
Does that work? And you're going to have to tell me how to pronounce your name again.
Yes, it's Malili.
Malili. Okay.
Yes, sir. How
All
are
right.
you?
I'm good. And you and your mom, is that
Yes,
correct?
that is right.
Have something this year that I've not really seen at golf shows very much. You guys are doing some jewelry and things.
It's true. We're trying to innovate. We found this gap in the market. We were looking for cute accessories
Right.
that wouldn't break the bank, but that would be dainty, elegant, affordable, well made. And we couldn't find anything like that. So we decided to just make it ourselves. So we create golf inspired jewelry. And then now we're innovating with accessories. And this is our first launch for the people that are seeing us on camera. This is called the Caddy Purse.
Put it right up front there.
Right
There you
here.
go.
Yes. So it's a mini golf bag that we use as purses, and it's just so fun.
So how did you sorry, I had to write something down there. How did you decide that the actual designs?
So we just really create things that we would want to wear and that are functional, because we are really in the business of, yes, golfing, but also looking great while doing it.
Well, you look very nice.
Thank you so much. So yeah, that's what we do. We talk to each other and we come up with things that we would want to wear and that we can't find on the market, and that's what we create.
Do you do the design, or does your mom do the design, or do you work together?
Yes, we work together on everything, and so some of the things she comes up with, some of the things I come up with, and if we both don't like it, or if we have adjustments, we are very open to that. We already have a great relationship, and the business has only made it stronger and better.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how's this show been for you?
The show has been amazing. I love that we had a day dedicated to women. I feel like we're not encouraging women enough to take part in the sport, and I'm glad that the show is doing it and dedicating an entire day to us. So that day was amazing, but overall, it's been great.
Good. So, what do you have? I see the golf bags there, right? Okay, so I've seen those, but do you have? I know this one. This is, I take it, a pen.
Yes, that's a pen. They
like
all come with a little golf club pen.
Okay, but are you doing also? I mean, look at your earrings there. You've got golf club earrings.
Yes, so this is the kind, I don't know if you guys can pick it up on camera, but these are the kind of accessories that we do. They are all handmade in Mexico using sterling silver that they mine in the town where they make the jewelry. It's called Tasco, located in Guerrero. And so they've been using this method for hundreds of years of working the silver. So you see, and then we have fun designs like this one where the ball spins around. These earrings that I'm wearing also, you get 2 for 1. So you have the stud, and then you can remove the club, or you can wear them together.
Oh, cool.
So fun things like that, we're trying to add the spark into women's outfits.
There you go. What is going forward? More designs, more
designs, and we want to start getting into pro shops and just like sell more volume.
Right.
We're trying to get the brand out there. Like you said, there's not anything like what we're doing. We haven't been able to find. So people are not at the moment looking for it directly because they don't know it exists. So we're really trying to get it out there so people know it exists, and we can attract more customers.
Your ball marker there.
Yeah, we also do ball markers that you can either put on a hat or you can pin it into a shirt.
There you go.
So
I like that.
Yeah.
I'd probably use mine more, Pete, if I had it on my
Let's see how it looks on you.
I got to get it on the green first. Yeah, see? Right
Beautiful. You see, you've been just sparkled on.
I've sparkled. I've been a lot of things, but sparkled, I'm not sure. Unless it had to do with single malt scotch. But I thought I was great.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, I like that. How can people find you? Do you have a store, or is it all online at this point?
This is the 21st century, so we're all online. We have a website. It's golfbyqd.com. We also have Instagram. But yeah, mostly we do sales through Shopify online.
Cool.
And we ship all over the world. And that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. Do you golf?
Yes, I'm terrible at it, but I am great at looking good while doing it. So that is my whole business.
Well, that's not unusual.
Yeah.
Really. It's a lot of people are terrible. There's more terrible than good.
Yeah, that is true.
And that's one thing in our lives that you probably don't get too upset about if you're terrible, is because you keep going back to play some more.
How do you consider yourself?
Oh, I can't say we're live on TV. But, yeah. No. I used to be fairly good. I used to play to about a 14 handicap, so that was good for me. But as I got older and I injured myself a couple times, and it kind of went away. But it's coming back now. I've been into the body shop. I've got the repairs. Now I've just got to brush out the Bondo and do that.
I love it.
So thank you for coming by. I really appreciate it. And again, give me your website, how they can find you.
So the website is golfbyqd.com.
Okay.
I'll take it up.
You can take it off. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Thank you for coming by.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate
Thank you so
it.
much.
Good luck with
Bye,
everything.
everybody. If you have gifting needs, we are here for you. We are a great place to find gifts for golf lovers.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you,
Adios.
Melody.
Thank you.
All right. Be good.
Bye.
Say hi to your mom for everybody.
Yes. Oh, my phone.
Oh, don't forget your phone. Come on over, Eddie.
How you doing?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Got to get right close up there. Just move my foot out of the way. There you go. Eddie, you're going to have to tell me how to pronounce your last name again. Heinen. Okay.
Yep.
And Eddie, among other things, is selling, and now I think he owns part of it.
Yep.
The Fisher putters. I actually have two Fisher putters. I fell in love with them a long time ago. I won one at a golf tournament, and I bought another one online, a used one.
Right.
And I use them a lot, especially in the winter around here. I've met Dr. Fisher. He's a pretty cool guy.
Yes.
But tell us about the advent of the Fisher putters.
Well, Dr. Dale Fisher invented the Kev Flex insert, which is the uniqueness to the Fisher putters, in the mid 90s. And he set the standard with the USGA on how soft the face could actually be.
Right.
They had to determine how soft the face could be on a putter based on his submission. Got USGA approved, got patents on that. Ultimately, a lot of the big companies out there tried to copy his patents, and he beat them all in federal court. Ended up, beating them in federal court for trying to infringe on his patents, and they ended up paying him a license for a while. He sold about 500,000 putters across the world. Unfortunately, due to some health reasons, he had to get out of the industry for a while, but now he's back, and we're back making putters. Has some new designs. He really has this really cool arrow concept on the back of the putters, which we've proven is much easier to aim than lines. And once you putt with a Fisher putter, every other putter is going to feel like concrete. So it just honestly feels a lot harder. This measures at 85 on what they call a shore A durometer, where most putters measure at about 97 to 100.
And forgive me, but how many are in the line now?
We have 6 putters in our current line, what we call the Edge series.
Right.
We have the ES1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We still do have some of the old original Talon putters, which are what he called a 4-speed. It gave you the ability to have 4 different speeds in one putter. There's a plate that you could reverse that would have 4 different speeds. So if you ever get to a golf course and you're always coming up short, you can put a different plate in and get a couple extra feet of roll without having to hit it harder. You just, because of the rebound effect of the putter, those other plates are a little firmer, so you get more distance based on the firmness of the putter.
What's the composite of this?
It's a polymer. It's a special polymer. He calls it Kev Flex because it's like Kevlar.
Right.
It's basically indestructible. You could melt it, but it's not going to ever get damaged by anything. You can take a hammer to it, but it is softer than a golf ball. You can see this arrow design of the putters makes it much easier to aim. Much easier to aim the arrows.
Here, let me help you here.
Yeah.
How's that, Pete? Yeah, you can see the arrows right here.
Yeah.
And they're not just painted on; they're engraved.
They're engraved in there. Yep. this particular putter, this is our ES1. It's face balanced. We have a couple blades that are toe hang.
Right.
But yeah, Dr. Fisher's inventions really were way ahead of its time. I mean, he was inventing all this stuff way back in the mid 90s. And the reason he started this was because of he realized that the golf ball was the dimples on a golf ball are great for distance, but they're really bad for putting, because when you hit a putter, especially a hard face putter, a steel face putter, on a dimple, it can deflect it offline, which is something that Bryson DeChambeau has really brought to the forefront. He marks his ball a certain way now to try to eliminate hitting that dimple. And Dr. Fisher realized this years ago. This completely mitigates any deflection.
Bryson is Mr. Physics. If you don't know that,
Yes.
folks, he actually was it Caltech you went to, or USC? One of them, he got a degree in physics.
Exactly.
Like that.
So he has brought that dimple deflection to the forefront. You know, Dr. Fisher's from Huntington Beach, California, and he and Scotty Cameron were good friends. And Scotty Cameron basically pleaded with Dr. Fisher to sign a deal with Titleist back in the day. And they came very, very close to signing a deal. The way it was structured, Titleist wanted to kind of hold his royalty payments back if they were to have any litigation. So he was recommended not to do the deal. But even Cameron knew back then, because a study was done at Cal Poly Pomona.
My old alma mater, one of them.
Oh, really? Yeah. Dr. Ted Gates. He at Cal Poly Pomona, they did a study, Dr. Fisher's putters against all the other putters, and it outperformed them. They were shocked by the results. It outperformed them in distance accuracy, in terms of how straight the putters rolled, all kinds of different things.
Well, I'll tell you, Ed, one of the things that really caught my eye here at the Portland Golf Show years ago, we were downtown at the convention center. Okay, so that's been, I don't know, 10 years ago, whatever. But there was a guy there. He's no longer there. He was from LA. He was repping the putters. And,
John Castle.
Yeah, John. Is he still alive?
John passed away. That's how I ended up buying the company. I worked for John. Unfortunately, he passed away. That's who Dr. Fisher sold the putter company to years ago. And then when I bought the company back from his fiance or girlfriend, I got the laptop that John used to use, was able to crack into it, found Dr. Fisher's name, then got Dr. Fisher re-involved. And for him, it was like he found his baby that he'd, 10 years removed from or more.
Yeah. Well, of course, they were, John was having you, hit some balls and things like that. And I just liked the feel. And I'll tell you, one of the reasons why is because up here where we're at, we have a fair amount of wet weather.
Oh, I bet.
Right. Yeah. And a lot of times if you're doing this, not always, but if you're using a steel face putter, and like now some of the Camerons and the other ones have engraving in them.
Yes.
They've etched it, and so it grips a little better. But I was really, the feel for the Fisher putter was very cool. And then when I got one, I went out and wet day.
Yes.
We weren't playing. I was just messing around on the practice green, but it kind of just took a hold of it, if you know what I mean. It just grabbed it and sent it where I was hopefully aiming.
Yes.
Like that. And so that's what really attracted them to me.
Well, the ball actually stays on the face about 4 times longer than steel. So your muscle memory, you kind of build a personal relationship with your putter because the muscle memory is more ingrained,
right,
and more consistent. The rebound is consistent versus steel, and the deflection, again, like I mentioned, is mitigated. So the ball rolls straight, and it rolls accurately, distance-wise, consistently distance-wise.
So how do they compare price-wise? I mean, you go get a Cameron putter now, you're going to get a third mortgage.
Yeah.
Right. Or if you're going to get an Odyssey or one of those, they're spendy.
Yes, they are. Our putters online, they range from $239 to $329. I think for the technology, the advancement of the technology, it's probably the most affordable high-tech putter on the market.
Right.
Here at the show, we're actually selling our putters for 150 to 225, so you can save almost $100 off the putters. But once you get a Fisher putter, it's probably one of the most practical things you'll ever purchase, because you're going to use your putter 40% of the time, and it's going to be more accurate from distance standpoint, and just from a accuracy standpoint.
Well, it's the only club in your bag that you're probably guaranteed to use at least 18 times in a round.
At least,
At
yeah,
least.
that's right.
Yeah,
At least,
yeah, like that. Are these molded, or are these
milled, or
are they cut, or what are they?
These are
The heads.
The heads are cast, and then they're CNC milled.
Okay.
So yeah, they're cast and then CNC milled. The inserts are actually made in Tennessee, and we're hopefully going to be doing a deal. I can't reveal the name, but with another large American company that will make our putters with their inserts in it. Kind of a special Fisher Elite series that'll be coming out.
Is Dr. Fisher still designing?
He is. Dr. Fisher's an amazing inventor. He's continuously inventing, basically redesigning his older models.
Right.
And we have one that's coming out probably this summer. It's called the Transformer. It'll literally be like the last putter you ever need. It's
Does it turn into a truck too?
you can make it right-handed or left-handed. You can change the insert.
Right.
You can change the back piece. So if you like a mallet look, or if you like a blade look, you'll be able to change that. And it is truly going to be one of the coolest putters out on the marketplace, especially for guys who like to play around with their putters and tinker some. But this insert right here, that's in all of the Edge series putters, is the most popular feel. It measures at about 88 on a durometer. Most popular feel and most consistent putter that you'll find.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I really like those. I've always been fascinated with the Fisher putters. That's why I have two of them.
Yeah, that's right.
The inserts and stuff. It was, I think, probably when I saw it at the golf show the first time, 10, 12 years ago, whatever it was. That's the first time I'd ever actually seen a putter with an insert.
Yes. He invented that. He got the patent on inserts. I mean, this is, like I said, back in the early 90s. Before that, it was all just like bullseye steel.
Right. And I have a bunch of those too, Eddie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, man. So did you have a good show?
It's been a great show. We've sold almost a dozen putters or more. And the feedback from the people is really, it warms Dr. Fisher's heart every time. Unfortunately, he's not able to be here. His wife has got some medical issues that he has to tend to. But when we're out here, there's people that come up to me. They've had a Fisher putter. We had interviewed a lady for like the last 15 years. She's had a Fisher putter, and they just have great stories. We get emails from all across the world, literally across the world, from people who have bought a Fisher putter. And you can't go to anything. You can't go back to a steel putter once you use a Fisher. Honestly, it's hard.
Excellent. Thank you, Eddie, for coming by the show today.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Give them the website one more time.
FisherPutters.com.
Pretty simple.
FisherPutters.com.
There you go. Thanks.
Thank
Eddie.
you. Appreciate
it. Here's the big guy right here, my buddy Trev.
Oh, it's nice to sit down.
Isn't it though?
Boy.
See, I bring a padded chair.
Good thinking. Very good.
So, what do you want? A little closer there? Okay. Trevor Traxel, Chinook Winds Casino, right there on the coast. He's the man. He's the golf man. He's also the what do you call it?
Compliance director.
Compliance director.
Yeah.
I was thinking conforming. Yeah.
Glorified auditor.
Glorified auditor. Yeah. So how's golf at the coast, man?
Golf's doing well. Now we've made it through hopefully the rainiest months of the year. We're starting to hit the spring, and rounds are increasing, which we're happy. And the Yardbirds and the guys on the course, they're working hard to put in more irrigation. We've got some projects lined up for this spring, so we're hoping to get them all finished before we hit the summer. Rebuild some tee boxes. Put in. We can always use more irrigation. When we bought the course from Lakeside, same irrigation system that was put in when the place was built.
So it was in 1875.
Yeah, close to.
Yeah,
Yeah, very close to. But we're finally getting some money, some people to dedicate some of our management, dedicate some money to our golf course, and we're slowly but surely getting up to par with our irrigation system. So we're happy.
My joke's better than yours. If you don't know, it's down in Lincoln City, folks. It's on the Oregon coast. It's very easy. You can just go down I-5, take a right on Highway 22, and head over to the coast and follow the signs to Lincoln City down through Valley Junction and all that. It's interesting because you now have an actual golf center there. It's been there for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Were you the impetus to push that through, or did you help finish it off?
I think I helped finish it off. It was on its way. We have an indoor driving range, which is terrific on the Oregon coast during the 6 to 8 months of rain we have. And as far as I know, we're the only one on the Oregon coast. So we have the indoor range. We are exploring some possibilities, adding some additional revenue centers over there, maybe adding an indoor golf simulator, and also maybe adding pickleball to the fitness resort part of it. So
I might draw the line at pickleball.
It's a fast-growing sport. I met with a group in Lincoln City who are very adamant with pickleball, and man, once I started going down the rabbit hole of pickleball, it's growing. It's very well growing.
Well, it's slow speed tennis.
Yeah. Big table tennis.
Big table tennis. I like that. Last time we talked, which was just about a year ago, you were talking about changes in the things that you've been instigating there at Chinook Land. But you've also added things like a men's club. You've got different tournaments, fun tournaments for people to play in there. Talk about those for a minute.
Yeah, we have it's our Chinook Wins, our men's club. Anybody who's out there listening, watching us today, they're welcoming anybody. They're going to start April 10th on Thursday afternoons. You can get more information by calling our pro shop, and they're welcoming anybody and everybody who wants to come play. We've had our first fun tournament of the year. We do a lot of two-man scrambles, and instead of just being your basic scramble, we try to add different elements to it. We did a Super Bowl scramble, Super Bowl morning. We've got I brought my cheat sheet here with me.
That's all right.
We've got in May, we're doing a big cup where we're going to cut the cups from 4 to 8 inches.
That's
big
helpful.
Cup tournament.
That's helpful.
You still lip a lot out, but we'll do a poker run tournament in June. We pay cash prizes.
Well, of course, you're a casino.
Yeah, of course. In July, we're doing what we call a 3-way tournament, 2-man scramble. You're going to play 6 holes as a scramble. You're going to play 6 holes as a best ball. And then you'll play 6 holes as
just stroke play.
Alternating shot. Screw your buddy, right?
Yeah.
And then finally, we always wrap up our golf season end of September with the Greenskeepers Revenge. And we let these guys just do anything they want to the course. They turn it into a mini golf course on a grand scale. They leave tractors in the middle of greens. They leave the buffalo blower on the green running all day long. Turn on the sprinklers on fairways. And then to everything else, I give the guys air horns and I tell them, go heckle the golfers if you want to. I says, don't make it personal. Don't follow one group all day. Spread the wealth. The golfers love it. They absolutely love it. And at the end of the day, we have a little competition with the greenskeepers. We let them do a chip off for a little prize of their own. But while they're doing that, I invite all the golfers that you guys have hassled for the last 3.5 hours. Now I give the air horns to the golfers and tell them, now it's your turn to give it back. Have fun. Everybody has a blast. As soon as it's over that day, my greenskeepers, they're coming up with new ideas for next year. And I tell them, you guys can't recycle ideas. You got to come with fresh ideas.
Do you have a windmill?
They might be working on one.
Yeah, you need a windmill in the deal.
One of the best ones we have is it's a par 3 uphill. It's blind onto the green. And before we start, they'll go into the range and grab a couple buckets of range balls and just dump them on the green. So when you hit up onto the green, you're like, wait, now you don't. Now you got to search through all the balls to find your ball.
And do you have to putt with them on the green?
Yeah, you can't touch them.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, that's one of the rules. You can't move any obstacles. You know, they take all the rakes from all the bunkers and throw them on one of the greens. You know, a photo there of all the rakes.
Oh, look at that!
All the bunkers on one of the greens. So,
yeah, I don't know if you can see that on camera. And Pete can help me there. But there's on this side, there's one with the rakes on there. There you go.
So gets a little tricky. And then, of course, we always bring our first of May through the end of September. We do our progressive hole-in-one. We have a par 3, our number 4. It's par 3. It's an island green, a bunker all the way around it. And we start the progressive at $1,000. Every week that somebody doesn't get a hole-in-one on that hole, we add $250 to that jackpot. And we'll keep adding it all year long until somebody hits it, or we get to the end of the year and nobody hit it. We gave a guy almost $3,800 a couple years ago and got a picture of him out there holding his great big check. So, and he was a local. This guy plays with us almost every day, so it was fun to see a local guy win. But yeah, those are some of the fun things we're doing. We could do just basic scrambles, but we decided to throw a different fun element into all of them, and our people really love them.
Now, do you have a pro shop there too?
We do. We have a pro shop. We're getting a lot of obnoxious material, but we're also getting a lot of your classic stuff too, and starting to diversify, getting new bags, new push carts. Might sound basic for a lot of places, but we weren't doing that before I came in, and we're trying to add different things to appeal to all different golfers. A lot of women's stuff. We're bringing in women's clothing. And
can you do you have packages for people if they want to come? You know, the casino doesn't have its own hotel, but there's one in the parking lot there.
We do have our hotel. It's not a joint. Yeah, if somebody wants to stay at the hotel, we ask our hotel to offer them. We have a golf package you can add to your hotel stay. So when they check in, the hotel should be asking our folks, would you like to add golf? And you can add golf with your reservation to get a substantial discount than just coming over the golf course and paying.
Pretty much carts only, isn't it there?
Yeah, it's hilly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for the young kids who like to walk and are able for it. Good for them. Me, I like to ride the cart too.
Well, I got 2 new hinges and railroads in the back, so I'm driving.
Yeah.
I'm driving.
And we did get new carts about less than a year ago, so those are really nice.
That's
as well.
a big expense.
Yeah. Well, again, we got some new management that came in and was a little more dedicated to putting morning towards the golf course. So we were thrilled to get it.
So, what's your favorite part of running the golf? You don't teach, but I mean, what's the favorite part of you running the golf aspect of Chinook Wins?
Oh, what would be my favorite part? Just my team. I've got a great golf operations manager. Again, wearing the 2 different hats, one for the casino and one for golf. My job, golf would be 100 times more time consuming and difficult if I didn't have my operations manager and my pro shop lead.
Right.
They really make the job easy for me. And that's one of the big reasons why I continue to do the golf piece in addition to my casino piece, because they really make the job easy.
So, Trev, how's your golf game? Don't lie, you're on camera.
I know I've bit the bullet this winter, and I'm taking lessons from the assistant pro out at Salishan. So he's got me dialed in a little bit. I have played my first official round a couple weeks ago at a Tristing Tree. Shout out to those guys. And I shot pretty good for the first round coming out of the winter. So I was happy with that. So Brady's got me coming out some more lessons, and hopefully he can get me down to under 20 handicap. That's my goal.
No, you can do that.
That's my goal. And I think I can get there. And I have been playing a lot with the Veterans Golf Association of Oregon.
Yeah,
they do. I don't know if you know much about that, but what a wonderful organization they are. Golf for veterans and family and friends of veterans, and it's a great cause. They get the veterans out there, and it's more about camaraderie,
right?
The
experience and the camaraderie.
Yeah, veterans golf.
Must be the third day of the golf show because I can't talk.
A little dry in the corners, right?
A little dry in the corners, yeah.
Yeah, no, the golf game's coming. Just I used to golf exponentially more before I was a director of golf at Chinook, just because I had more time. Now I golf. I don't get to golf as much as I wanted to.
Well, of course not.
Yeah, right.
You ask anybody in the managerial positions in golf, and they say, I don't really play anymore.
Yeah,
A lot of them.
Yeah.
You know, the general managers and stuff around some of the courses that I play, it's like, I don't get to go out there.
Yeah.
I'm here from 6 in the morning till,
6
7 at night or whatever, and I don't get to pick up a stick. So anyway, well, Trev, it was good. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's always fun
Look
to
forward
talk
to
to you. And again, Chinook Wins. They all have a website, I'm sure.
They do. It's our 30th anniversary. It's our 30th year in gaming in Oregon. So we've got some big things coming this summer there as well. We've got Little River Band coming up.
Go there.
A Bob Seger tribute band coming up as well. And next weekend's Elton John tribute band. I saw last weekend I was there, went to they were called Yachtly Crew.
Yachtly Crew.
Really cool, really fun band. It was the most fun I've had at a show at Chinook Winds ever. They played all the yacht rock songs and they were dressed up like guys from a yacht. It was amazing. It was so much fun. So we have some great shows at Chinook Winds, and I encourage people to come out. It's our 30th anniversary. We've got big things going on this year.
Tell you what, I'll give you a free sleeve of golf balls from Snell Golf here if you can tell me what year it was when I saw Bob Seger live for the first time.
Oh boy!
And I can tell you that he was the opening act. I'll put it that way.
Who do you open for?
Bachman Turner
Oh,
Overdose.
the BTO.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess 82.
You're being kind.
Oh, 72.
72. Yeah. 72. It was.
Where was it at?
Well, now it's the Schnitzer, but it was called the Paramount back in those days. And Seeger pulled the bus up, or they pulled the bus up. He stepped off the bus, had hair down at his butt and all that stuff, and went up there. And I really didn't know who he was. I was a big BTO fan, right? But he came out, and like after the third song, I was like, he's the guy, for me at that time. And it was a great concert. Then later on, I saw him many times when I was in college and things like that in LA and then here in Portland, and loved it. So did a little Bob Seger trivia for you there.
Yeah. Come out and see them. I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful show.
It should be.
Yeah, we're trying to get some more tribute acts in. So.
Trevor, my buddy, Trevor Traxel from Chinook Winds. Go see him. Go down and see Trevor.
Come see us. Play golf.
I think we're going to close her up today. Don't you think there, Pete? I think we're good. I think we're pretty close. This has been a special edition of Grilling at the Green from the Portland Golf Show, the 25th year for the Portland Golf Show here. So we appreciate that. We want to thank all of our sponsors, from Weston Kia to Snell Golf to Carthley Golf, Birdie Wrap, Birdie Ball, Delta Putt, all that stuff. I didn't really talk about Delta Putt too much, the doula here, but Dave was on the show a couple days ago. If you really want to practice your putting in the comfort of anywhere, virtually, hotel room, house, patio, go to deltaputt.com. It's actually g6products.com, and they've got several models here. This one's the Dueler, and it will, if you stick with it, it will improve your putting game. Anyway, for Pete Marshall, I'm Jeff Tracy. We want to thank everybody for listening. We'll probably be back here next year. Let's go out, play some golf, have some fun, but most of all, be kind. Take care, everybody.